Just in case you ain't know. Nappy boy, gym class, I'm going in. Listen, yo, communicating with my collar up. Trav and gym class.
The all-new 97.7 OMG Radio. Travie McCoy, it's Billionaire. What up? It's Just In Case hanging out. Read the story online, 977omgradio.com. The all-new 97.7 OMG Radio, Katy Perry, it's California Girls. What's going on? It's Just In Case hanging out. A little freaked out right now. I mean, I'm not freaked out, but we got my boys from Six Mike Films and Majico Entertainment in the house, and they're filming a little biopic on me, man. So there's a camera on me right now. I'm not really used to this. I'm not really used to people looking at me while I'm talking, which is odd, but it's cool. Don't you worry. Well, it started, I guess, when I was in like 6th grade. I was always fascinated by radio and the ability to talk to people and be able to communicate with people through music. And so I just kind of would call and harass the DJs and stuff like that when I was a kid. You know, back in the day, radio was a big thing, you know, so you would call and talk and win contests and stuff. And so I would go in and I'd see the studios when I would pick up my prizes or whatever and ask to see them and ask to meet the DJs and all that kind of fun stuff. And, you know, it just kind of grew into something from there. And a good friend of mine still, her name is Candy Cruz, she got me into it. She always said I would be her intern one day, and then it happened. And I was 14 at the time, and my parents thought I was crazy. My dad, in fact, I always give him a hard time about this. He told me that I would never have a job where I could sit and listen to music all day. And so it just kind of happened, man. I got to be an intern at Wild 106 back in the day, the original Wild, and it just kind of snowballed from there. You know, I went from Wild to Kiss, and Kiss to Hot 95.1, was at Clear Channel for a long time, and now I'm here with OMG, man. It's just kind of you know, it's kind of a snowball effect. You know, once you get your foot in the door, if you don't want out, man, you don't have to. You know, the club DJ thing started when I worked at Kiss. They let me do a weekend mix show. I forget what we even called it, but they let me do a weekend mix show that I would produce. I would pre-produce and let them listen to it and stuff like that. When I first, you know, started getting into radio and the whole deal, I first wanted to be on the air, and then, you know, with being on the air comes a lot of different things. You can get into so many different aspects of radio. You know, you can be, you know, an on-air jock. You can be a producer. You can be, you know, a mixer. You can do all this different stuff. So I wanted to try my hand at mixing and did it. And then I got the call from the Phoenix nightclub back in the day. Got my shot, man, and got to come in. And, you know, I was younger than all these kids, dude. I think I was like 17 or 18 when I first started spinning in the clubs. Yeah, man, the Phoenix is where it all started. I remember I walked in, the first time I was ever in a nightclub, I walked in, I looked up, and I saw a girl half naked on the bar. And I said, you know what? This is for me. When it came to DJ, you know, my main influences, I didn't really have a whole lot of DJ influences. You know, I would watch people like DJ Cut, who I get to work with now every day, which is super cool, and I would watch him and see what it was all about and kind of get into it, you know. But I think the main influence for me for DJing was just the music, you know what I mean, was the ability to be able to make people dance and to affect how their night is. One word to describe my DJ style I would say would be energetic. You know, maybe hectic every now and then would be a good one. You know, I tend to play a lot of records every night. You know, a typical radio station will play maybe 15 records in an hour. And, you know, in a 3 or 4 hour night, I might play 120 to 130 songs for the whole night. You know, so it's real quick. It's real, you know, I like to keep the energy up. I like to keep the crowd moving, you know what I mean? And like I said, you can dictate what happens in the club and how people act by what you play. And so, yeah, I would say energetic, would be a good one to describe my DJ style for sure. One word to describe my radio style would be ridiculous. I would think would be a good word. I never really liked, you know, the big shock jocks or you know, you like them and they're entertaining and stuff like that. And I just like to say stupid things. when it comes to my mind, I say it, and you know, usually it's some kind of off the collar remark to try to get people to laugh. You know what I mean? But it's just kind of my personality. You know what I mean? I don't take life too seriously, and I just say ridiculous stuff on a regular basis.
Making things get thicker, you're making everything sicker. Told you I wanna touch you where I might hit ya. Get you to that place, baby. You don't have to eat all them damn steaks, baby. You getting bigger and bigger as I start getting soberer. I'm thinking, girl, yo, I could take you over to my crib somewhere in Nob Hill. You can understand, girl, how I feel. Is it Valentine's Day? Valentine's Day passed, but I'ma still Valentine that ass. You can just blast. Yo, we can go to sex ed class and think fast. Or better yet, think slow, because there's different places, girls, that we can go.